What's going on, guys? Crazy week in the markets this week. Gold went off. We're almost at 2,000. A couple weeks ago, we talked about this. And listen, there were so many great moves that happened. We're going to go over that today, and we're going to go over what we can expect for the week to come. You ready? Let's go. All right, guys, let us break this down. There was so many things that happened in the market this week. Strong moves, especially to end the week. Let's start with gold and let's start with the daily time frame. So if we take a look here at the daily time frame, we started the week around this area over here, and the main point of significance before gold actually started going off, we wanted to see what would happen in this particular area over here, right? So on the daily, we're gonna drop down to the 4 hours so we could see this a bit clearer. Now, the moment of truth happened once we broke this area of resistance over here. Once this area of resistance was broken, if you take a look to the left-hand side, we had a free range all the way up to the 1950s area. So that being said, once we had a solid break out of that, we saw that gold was retesting back to this area of resistance turned into support. Now, this is the power of your zones. And again, this is why zones are so important. And especially when it comes to gold, gold tends to follow market structure, tends to follow proper support and resistance, all of these things. Look at how this area of resistance soon became a strong area of support for price. That would have been a great opportunity for traders, again, that trade by structure, as well as traders that trade by support and resistance, because once we broke out of this area of resistance over here, we had a nice little run to the next area of resistance right around here, where gold found some areas of resistance over here. Now, this again still followed proper market structure. Gold is trending to the upside, and we're seeing proper market structure. So coming from this retest, we got that impulsive move up, and then we get another retest back to where? Back to, again, an area of previous resistance that turned itself into support. All right, I hope you're seeing the pattern here. So now this was the big move that really took things over the edge here. So this was the major support in this area over here. This was the major support. And once this broke, then we were free to go all the way up to this area of resistance over here. Now, we are touching this area of resistance, and if we go to the daily time frame, if we take a look, we are currently at that previous area of resistance, and we're gonna see if gold actually hits 2,000. Gold actually hit 2,000 within this area, but we're gonna see if it has enough volume to push it forward to get to that 2,000 range, and if it goes beyond. Now, obviously it has gone beyond before, gone all the way up to the 2,070 range, and we're gonna see what happens in the week to come. But strong bullish momentum to end the week, and this is what we're looking for in the week to come. Okay, so a couple of things can happen. We can get a gap. We can get the market opening up in a gap because we ended with so much bullish pressure. Gold may continue on with its volume as the market opens, and the market may open up in a gap. Never know, it may gap to 2,000 as the market opens up. That can happen. Or we can get a deep retest before we make that final push to 2,000. Okay, so what we're looking for, if the market does not open up in a gap, and let me just extend this zone a little bit. If the market does not open up in a gap, then we're looking at this as the next possible area of support for gold. So now let's go down to a lower time frame here. Again, if we take a look at things, if we don't gap up, let's take a look at what happens in this area if we get a retest to this area before we get that final push to the upside. But ultimately, I don't have a reason to doubt that we're going to stop this uptrend over here. So for right now, this uptrend continues to be strong. So this is the trend that I believe that we're currently on. So I have no reason to believe we're going to just reverse just because we entered an area of resistance. Price has to show me a sign, some kind of reversal pattern, something that it's getting ready to reverse. Okay, so let us keep that in mind in the week to come. Let's look for further upside pressure. But again, if we get a gap, then we follow, look for areas of retest before you take that buy. But if not, if we look like we're heading back down, look for that retest to this area over here before we get that final push up. Now, going to US 30 over here, US 30 was very, very choppy this week, all right? A lot of choppiness. Could not break this area of resistance over here, but overall that's okay because we see that it has been on a downtrend. And if we take a look at things from a zoomed out perspective, there is a lot of pressure on this area of support over here, and it looks like maybe another touch may be able to break this area of support for US 30 as it heads downwards, okay? So for me, I'm gonna continue to look at sells for US 30. I'm gonna look to see if price comes up one more time to that area of resistance. And let's go down to a lower time frame to see. So we're gonna see if price comes up one more time to this area of resistance. But if not, we should look for gold to start heading downwards. And once it heads past this area over here, I think we are good to go for a solid sell all the way down to the next zone. And if we look at the daily, all the way down to the next zone that I see right around here, around the 30,300 region, all right? That's what we're looking for US 30. So again, possibly some kind of a retest before we head downwards. Once it breaks, set your alerts here so you know it breaks, look for a retest, and then execute, all right? We're gonna do one last pair here. We're gonna do GU, all right? So now with GU, let's mark this up real quick. Let's see where we're at with GU. So from a daily perspective, there has been quite a lot of consolidation over here. Now, is GU on an uptrend or a downtrend? Okay, so currently right now we are still on an uptrend. If we take a look, this was the area where the reversal started. We're currently on an uptrend, but this may be one big retest that is going on when we talk about GU, all right? When you look at GU, this may be one huge retest before we break out of this zone over here and look for further upside pressure. Okay, so that being said, if we take a look at things on lower time frames, we see areas of support and resistance, right? We see resistance over here. We see a little bit of resistance over here. I guess you can extend that all the way across. These were areas of resistance, and there are little areas of support down here. Okay, so from here all the way across, this was one big area of support for GU. So what we're looking for, we're gonna look to see how price behaves in this area. Is this area of resistance going to hold or not? Okay, if we break out of this area, then what we should be looking to happen, look for some kind of retest on a lower time frame. Okay, so maybe you go to the 15-minute or you go to the 30-minute. So look for some type of retest before you look to take this all the way up to this area of resistance over here, this major area of resistance on the daily time frame. Now, if it respects this area of resistance, what I would be more comfortable with is if price gets past this area over here where it found a little bit of support. If it gets past this area over here, then I can look for some type of retest back to that area, and then we can take this sell from this area to this area. Could be your TP1 and your TP2 could be down here, or you could say TP1 and this could be TP2 right over here, could be TP2, and right here to the area of support could be TP3. Okay, right here to the area of support. Again, this could be TP1, this area of support. Second area of support could be TP2, and this could be TP3. All depends on what GU gives you. All depends on how the markets start to shape out next week. But either way, be ready on both sides. That's how we mark up. We don't just guess and assume that price is going in one direction. Be ready for either situation, either scenario, and you'll be good to go, right? So many moves have been happening. It's just the start of the year. It was only the first quarter. There's so many more moves to come, guys. Just stay focused and be patient, all right? Don't overtrade and don't rush into trades. Let the market come to you. That big move on gold came on Friday, all right? So sometimes we rush into the market. We rush on a Monday, on a Sunday, Tuesday. It's okay. If the move is not there, if it's not giving you the move, ignore the market. Let it set up in the way that you prefer, and then you execute, all right? So I hope all of you make tons and tons of money next week. Let's continue this momentum. Let's get it, guys. Jordan the Maestro. Until next time, peace.